everyone, Josh here with Exodus Network, bringing y'all another Outer Plane video, and today we have a big video. Now, this is going to be a video that you're going to be utilizing every single day, and it's going to be helping you and your guild out every single day you do this, because it is that important. So, a lot of you are probably familiar now that when you go into guild, you can actually do 2 guild boss runs per day, and those guild boss runs will give you chests and other rewards, like you got your personal guild medals and your overall guild medals that you can use for your entire guild, where your guild leader can go into the monolith and start doing individual upgrades, like you can upgrade your guild level shop, you can add more members to your guild, etc, etc. So obviously, if you're in a guild, you're going to want to make the most of that guild and get the most bang for your buck with the rewards. So I'm going to be showing you guys and gals a very simple strategy that we've been utilizing for a long time through CBT and into the SEA version of the game, and now of course here on global. So if you go to your guild board and then you choose whatever guild that you want to fight, right? This is the guild security area, guild boss, whatever. We have fire, we have water, and we have earth. Obviously fire closed today, it was open yesterday, but there's usually always 2 open at once. So we're just gonna look, we're gonna go ahead and look at the reward info for a moment. So you can see here, accumulated damage, because the way this guild boss works is you want to do as much damage as possible in the turns that they allow you to do them in to get the most rewards back. Again, you're going to get your personal medals, your overall guild medals, and you're going to get your guild chest. So if you go all the way down here, if you can break 181,000 damage, you'll be able to get 40 chests, 52 of those medals, and then 52 of the other medals. Okay, so you're going to be helping not only yourself, but your guild members as well, because the more medals you have overall, the more your guild leaders can upgrade your guild and give you better benefits for being in said guild. Not to mention, you're helping yourself by giving yourself more rewards, because these chests give you a lot of good stuff, especially if you got a bunch of them. And you get to do this twice a day, so you want to maximize on those rewards. Always want to maximize on the freebies that you get in any game you play. So it's just common sense, right? So we're going to go ahead and jump into the water boss real quick. As you can see, this is the boss we're going to be facing. The boss's CP is 14,760, yada yada yada. You can click it, you can see its immunities are stunned, frozen, petrified, and silent. You can see the skill info, and the boss will continuously get stronger over time the more you keep breaking through to the next tier of damage. That's just kind of how this works. It's a damage check, but you also have a limited amount of time to do it in. So let's show you an example of what happens when you actually go in there with a full team. Now, of course, we're on global. It's day 2 now. Obviously, we're not going to all be super strong right now, and I'm still free to play on my main account right now for global. So keep all that in mind as we do our demonstration. So right now I'm sitting at 28,937 CP. I've got Rin, I've got Noah, I've got Dolly, and I've got Valentine. I got a very strong team, right? This is, the team that you want to build, one of at least, right? So let's go ahead and enter. Now I'm going to be showing you another trick too that you can utilize if you don't like your runs, obviously. So we got our girl Rin. Let's go ahead and turn auto off for a moment to better demonstrate this. Okay. We have 20 turns to do as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, it's not 20 turns for the boss. It's 20 turns for our individual units. So if you have units that are, that have high speed, high priority increase, where they're going to be going multiple times and they're not really doing a lot of damage, they're going to be burning through all of your available turns. You can see here at the top, we're currently facing level 25 Escaped Gladiator. We need 5,600 damage to go to the next tier, and then we just continue from there on out to until the end of the fight. So what's going to happen here is you're running a unit like Valentine, right? You're thinking, well, Valentine would be very good because she's giving you that crit rate up, crit damage, and you would be in normal situations, correct. But watch this. We're going to pop her skill 2. Boom, we wasted a turn. Now we're going to use her skill 1 or her ultimate. So we can use her skill 1 now. Boom, we've already burned through 2 of our turns already, and we've done very little damage. Now we have Noah. Noah's now available. Let's go and pop Noah. We didn't get the crit. That's unfortunate. And then we have Dolly. What's Dolly going to do here, right? You could, lower the speed and accuracy. You could silence, but you can't silence because, as we know, the boss has an immunity silence. So Dolly can maybe do an attack down with her skill 1. That's cool. But that's not going to be providing you with a lot of damage because Dolly's not built for damage. And then we also have our girl Rin. Rin has AoE on her skill 2 and her ultimate, so we're not going to really get as much damage from those. And since it's not a fire enemy and we don't have her EE attached to her and we don't have burst available, she's not going to be getting additional damage for fire units either. So we're just going to go and use her skill 1, which is still a pretty good amount of damage, you know, almost 2,700. That's fine. And now we're back to Valentine again because she's so fast, obviously. So we're sitting at 9,800 damage going through the full rotation of our characters one time, and we've already burned 6 turns. Not really looking ideal, right? So what we want to do is we want to just get out of here. We want to give up. Does not use our try. As you can see, we still have both of our tries. We're going to go back in here. And now this time, now check this out. We're going to go ahead and remove Dolly. We're going to go ahead and remove Valentine. We're going to go ahead and remove Rin. Now, you can utilize this same strategy with any of your strongest DPS you have available. For most people, it's going to be Noah. For other people, it might be Rin. It could be a Maxwell. It could be a Francesca. You get the idea, right? So whoever your strongest DPS is built up, I'd recommend just using them by themselves and hope that they're built strong enough to survive the entirety of the 20 turns throughout the fight. If they're not, and you need to bring in one extra person just to survive long enough, I guess that's okay. But basically what you want to do is you want to maximize your damage and get the highest score you possibly can. So in this case, we're just going to be using Noah. Now, ideally, you're going to want your Noah to be level 100, fully geared up with 6-star gear, fully skilled up, etc., etc. Obviously, we're not at that point yet in the game. The game's only been out for a couple days here on Global, so we can't do that. Now, since my Noah is not necessarily built for a lot of crit yet, because ideally you want to get her to around 50% crit rate. That way, when you use a Valentine or use her ultimate, she'll be up to 100% crit and always critting to maximize her skill 1 and her passive. Since we're not quite there yet, we might not always crit even with the skill up, which you saw in the first attempt. But we're going to go and use her ultimate first, just so we can, you know, boost her crit a little bit here for a couple turns. Okay, now that we're at that point, we're already at almost 3,000 damage, you know, almost 2,900. All right, we finally crit that time, did 4,605, and then we just did another 7,620. So now we're already at 8,600, and we only used 1 turn. 1 turn. Now we're on 2 turns. Boom, another crit. We've now completely exceeded all the damage that we did in 6 turns with our full team in just 2 turns with Noah by herself, right? Very interesting. So let's go ahead and pop the guarantee crit again, and then let's do it once more. All right, here we go. And now we're at almost 16k already. We are now at almost 19k, and let's just go ahead and let that go on auto. I'm not going to let it go the full 20 turns. I will stop it because I prefer to do my guild boss near at the end of the day before reset. That way I can maximize my day-to-day damage, especially if I make any improvements with my character's levels, skills, or gear. Another very helpful tip for you guys and gals out there that are, of course, doing your guild boss runs. So we're at 6 turns, and we're already over, you know, 28k. We're headed towards 29k damage now. Now we're headed over 30k. And we're not even halfway through it yet. Alright. Now that we're getting kind of low on our HP, it's not looking like I'm going to make it the entire 20 turns. But it doesn't even matter, because even in 10 turns, I'm doing more damage with Noah by herself than I am with bringing other units in. Like I said, if you think that if you can go the full 20 turns and squeeze a little bit more damage out of it by bringing in a second hero, you can do so until you get your 1 DPS built up enough to survive the full 20 turns later on. Because remember, the guild boss does get stronger. He's now up to level 60, right? It's just going to keep getting stronger and stronger every time you hit that next tier of damage. The next one would be 42,831, etc., etc. But you guys get the idea. Doing this and utilizing this strategy is going to give you far more damage, which means far better rewards than if you took in an entire team, because your team is just going to be eating up your turns, and all you need to do is damage. So if you have a really strong secondary DPS, you can maybe try to run that as well, like a Noah and a Rin together perhaps, or a Noah and a Francesca would be probably pretty good as well. So you can utilize that strategy, or if you think your Noah's strong enough, I recommend just running her by herself. So hopefully this was very helpful and you guys and gals get the idea. This is how you best utilize your daily guild boss scores. Get them, get as much damage as possible and better reward yourself and your guild in its entirety. So hopefully today's video was very helpful. If it was, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to get notifications, join us in the Discord in the description below, and of course follow us on Twitter at Exodus Network. We're gonna have more videos coming your way very, very soon. So until next time, as always, peace.